and welcome to the Tavern Chat Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, main proprietor at the Tenkar's Tavern blog, Discord server, MeWe group, Facebook group, Twittering, Instagram, YouTube.com/Eric Tenkar for further videos. I know I've fallen behind on that. It's been busy times. We also have a mailing list. Go to tenkarstavern.com. And the link is there. You can subscribe to the mailing list. It's once a week, unless there's something really exciting. And it's time limited, in which case maybe put out a special, short newsletter. But generally, it goes out on Sundays. We got 91 subscribers. It's been up. We've been asking for subscribers, I guess, for the last week and a half. So it's 91, not bad. We hit 100. We're gonna give away a $10 gift certificate to Drive Through RPG. So we're not too far away. So what am I going to talk about today? Well, today is going to be like that non-political, political episode. I don't really discuss politics. And there's a lot of reasons for that. First off, you're gamers, right? You want to hear about gaming or nerddom or geekdom or sci-fi or fantasy or cool shit. You don't want to, like, who the hell wants to talk about politics? So, today is November 2nd, 2020. It is the day before the presidential election of 2020 in the U.S. What it comes down to, quite simply, is this. I don't care how you vote. I don't. All right. Rachel and I requested absentee ballots because standing online and social distancing and all that other stuff, we've discussed my health issues. I am one of those ones that are at a higher risk from COVID because of congestive heart failure and type 2 diabetes. I'm overweight. The weight's coming down, though, so thank you for the support. So we took our absentee ballots, we filled them out, and we dropped them off at the early voting on Sunday, which at like 10:30 in the morning, they opened up the polls, I believe, at 10, actually had a line outside, which surprised me. I'm not really used to seeing lines when you vote. Usually it moves pretty quickly. So in a way, I was happy to see that. But we got pushed right through. We just got to drop off our ballots. It was easy peasy. If you haven't voted yet, and the vast majority of the country has not, here's what I'm going to suggest you do. You go down and you take the time tomorrow to vote. Because whether your candidate or candidates, there's a down ballot too. There are state and local elections going on, and some senators are up, and every Congress, House of Rep position is up. Your vote does matter, even if your candidate doesn't win, right? Even if you go, holy shit, in my state, it just doesn't fucking matter, right? It's like, no matter what we do, we can't defeat the dragon. All right. But there are things that you can do that will maybe make your attempt later on a bit easier. Or there are tactics that you can try that will get you closer the next time. If you don't vote, though, you have no right to bitch and complain when the candidate or candidates that you did not support come into office. Okay? I don't like X, but looks like X will probably win. I could vote for Y, but it's cold tomorrow, and I'd rather stay home. You know what? That's legit. I understand it completely. It's why I didn't do my early voting on Saturday, a wet, miserable, fucking cold day. I did it Sunday, the last day I get done early voting. Yes, we're procrastinating. But we voted. So, if my chosen candidate and candidates don't win, I have a right to bitch and complain. If you haven't voted, shut your fucking mouth. What it comes down to. All right? No matter what happens, oh, and this is obviously not for me, and but no matter what happens, no matter who wins, life goes on. And here's the wonderful thing that very few people discuss about bureaucracy. Really, when it comes down to it, the everyday life does not change. No matter who is sitting up on top, it doesn't. The things they do might piss you off, right? I can't believe they're fucking doing this shit. All right. Did you vote for them? No, I voted for the other candidate. All right, you have a right to bitch. No, I didn't vote. Then shut your fucking mouth. But the reality is, the vast majority of what goes on in government is done by lifelong bureaucratic cogs in the wheel. They don't change. They don't change. They do their 30 years, their 35 years, retire on a government pension. Hey, I did my 20 at the cop. I retired on a government pension. It's not a bad deal. But it doesn't really matter. We think, oh my God, if the Republican wins, this is going to happen. If the Democrats win, this is going to happen. The reality is, as much as we may or may not want certain shifts to happen, they are generally very slow in happening. And that is part of the design of government, right? To keep those extremes, those big, huge swings from happening. Big, huge swings disrupt things. Don't think I'm saying this to say your vote does not matter. Your vote does matter. But don't think that, oh, my party lost or my candidate's lost. My life is over. Your life ain't over. Fucking move on to your next fucking day. Okay? Seriously. The drama attached to these fucking elections is distracting. It's annoying. It's overwhelming. And it's because of fucking social media. Social media is the bane of a peaceful existence. Seriously. Because, oh my God, I need my instantaneous news update. What are they saying on Fox? What are they saying on MSNBC? CNN? Oh, I need a worldview. Let me go to BBC News. It's all shit. Swear to God. It's all shit. What are my Facebook friends saying? How is Twitter trending? It's all shit, folks. It's all fucking shit. You want to get a better pulse on what's going on in your neighborhood? Go down to your local pub or bar and hang out there for an hour or two. Have a beer, burger and fries, and engage in conversations. It's going to be a change, right? It's going to be a whole huge... And I know we're in a world of COVID, so I'm talking about doing something that many of us won't be doing for a while. But social media is the media for the rude, for the obnoxious, for the rules for me and not for thee. Or rules for thee and not for me. Isn't that the way it goes, I guess? Social media is where people can go, I'm going to tell you the truth. And then when you want to respond, they put their fingers in their ear and go, tingy-lingy-loo, I can't hear you. You're a commie, fascist, Nazi, inbred bastard. You don't know shit. Those are the arguments on social media, right? You don't have well-reasoned arguments on social media. Once you start getting them, usually that's when somebody gets blocked. Because like, oh, I can't listen to this individual and they're not following the narrative. The narrative is always personal, right? Listen, we all come into not the world, but We all come into adult life with our own prejudices. I'm not talking about racial, I'm just talking about what we like and what we don't like, predispositions, political beliefs. And although they might evolve and change, I don't mind it. Um, you are formed by your life experiences. Everybody has different life experiences. Okay, there is no such thing as an absolute truth when it comes to fucking politics. It doesn't work that way. Red bad, blue bad, red great, blue great. No. I don't want to say the colors are all shades of gray, but the reality is in my adult life, I have always, it seems, voted in presidential elections where it's not been which candidate do I really like and get behind. It's usually uh, which candidate do I dislike the least, right? They're all starting from a negative, below zero on my graph anyway. I don't know how it is for you. But don't let politics define your life after this election. We're gamers, right? We have this in common. We have this common connection. I am sure Thursday night, this Thursday, when I do the Tavern Chat Live Hangout on Discord, on the Tankers Tavern Discord server, I am sure the election is going to come up. And we might not even know how the election went to that point. There's probably going to be states that are still counting mail-in ballots into perpetuity. But I'm sure we're going to talk a bit about politics. Usually politics is fairly verboten. I don't think we can stop it. As long as we talk about it as adults and not so much my side is right and your side is wrong and go fuck yourself. That is what social media has turned into. Really, I mean, on a lot of levels, social media has been great. Social media has been something that's brought gaming groups together from across the country. It's brought connections with other gamers. I can discuss gaming with people in Buenos Aires and Austria and New Zealand. I can get Facebook PMs at 12:30 in the morning New York City time from New Zealand. Which obviously it's not 12:30 in the morning in New Zealand. I couldn't do that without social media. I make some great connections, but at the same time, it is so fucking polarizing. And I don't think we've seen, as social media becomes more and more integrated into our lives, our politics gets more and more polarizing. And there's a whole thing to talk about when it comes to politics and social media. It drives the hive mind. And I am more of, I don't know, keeping the community of old school gaming thriving. Now, somebody left the review on Apple, and I'll have to pull it up for the next episode or so and read it. But they remark on the fact that I refer to the OSR as a community. And yes, I do see it as a community. Why? OSR is not a community, it's a movement. Okay. But there is a community made up of people in the OSR. I don't care if you want to split hairs and say, well, the OSR is a movement, but there is an OSR community. All right. So the OSR itself is not a community, but there is an OSR community comprised of members of the OSR. That is the connection, though, that I'd like to stress, especially in the coming months. It's going to be, if you thought the last couple of months were bad on social media, the insanity that's going to follow after this election, because no matter who wins, There's going to be insanity. And not just on social media. It's going to be on the streets of the cities and the towns. Just remember, you can't bitch and complain if you don't vote. You give up that right. That's my personal opinion. If you have a vote and you don't use it, because you're like, yeah, I don't like either candidate. That's fine. Whoever likes candidates that are up for president, I vote for the least offensive candidate. When I say offensive, I don't mean offensive on a personal level. I mean offensive for what they're going to bring to the table. You know, who do I think is the better of two poor candidates? And my track record is pretty poor. Okay, and that probably doesn't help. I voted third party in the past, so sure I can. But then again, those were honest votes, right, folks? Vote. Haven't said enough yet. Sure, many of you already have. It's important though. I know. I'm droning, and I apologize. And I strayed from our usual geekdom OSR ish ism, but tomorrow's an important day. It's an important day. Folks, we're in the midst of a pandemic. If you are going to go out and vote, use your common sense. You know, social distance, masks, hand sanitizer. I've even read that apparently mouthwash can kill the COVID germs. I don't know how. I'm not going to walk down the street, swigging. Oh, I need another hit of mouthwash every 10 minutes. Maybe when you get home after voting, wash your mouth out. Couldn't hurt, right? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Use your common sense, and if you need medical professional advice, take it from a professional, not someone who can't even play one on TV. Folks, be safe, be well. God bless. Roll those dice. Get out and vote if you haven't already. And God willing, I will talk with you all tomorrow.